Rabbanim. Now, Bet Mar Cheshvan, the second of the Hebrew month of Cheshvan, marks the Hilula of a really great Greece rabbi. His name was Rabbi Shmuel di Medina, Zeche Tzadik Livracha. He actually was born in English year 1506, actually we call that in Hebrew, Hey Reish Samach Vav, and passed away, to be precise, on the English date of the 12th of October in the English year 1589. He was approximately 83 years of age at the time of passing. He was one of the great rabbis, let's just say, in the Greek, Turkish, Jewish history in of itself, become prominent positions, including, let's just say, the great rabbis of the time, of that golden era, let's just say, of a Greek Jewry in of itself, of Yevon, as we call it in Hebrew. He was the author of Ishut, a Sheilot and Teshuvot book, and various other greatness within regards to the great Rabbanim. I believe also he had various other great positions. He was, I think, a Dayan, a Posek Halacha, a rabbi that would give over grandiose sermons, and a Rosh Yeshiva. So let's explore some of the highlights of this great rabbi's life. So, to be precise, the way we pronounce his English name will be Rabbi Samuel ben Moses de Medina. Also, he is abbreviated, the great rabbi, as the Rashdam. Also, very, very interesting enough, he was a great, let's just say, a Gemara, a Torah scholar in of itself, and a great author from Saloniki. Saloniki, at that point in time, as we said before, had many great Rabbanim. I believe it's the second largest city in modern day Greece. I think currently has 1 million inhabitants, and very much, I think it's quite near the geographical, let's say, location of Macedonia, which is very interesting enough, just as an added tidbit. So he learned in the yeshiva in that specific city, which produced many, many great Talmidim, great prominent Torah scholars, especially during the 16th and the 17th century era in of itself. Among his teachers included Rabbi Joseph Teitazek, really, really great rabbi he happened to be, himself. I believe he actually was referred by the acronym of the Mahari Tats, if I'm not mistaken, and was obviously naturally one of the great rabbis especially of the 16th century in Greece, in Saloniki in of itself. Another one of his great rabbis was the name of Rabbi Levi ibn Chaviv. Also, we've spoken about him on various different occasions. He was known by the acronym of the name Haral Bach, and I believe he happened to be himself a chief rabbi of Jerusalem from 1525 until the time of his passing. Among his chavrutot, let's just say, among his circle of Talmidim, who he was learning with, included Rabbi Isaac Adarbi, who I believe was another great rabbi of the Shalom congregation of Salonika, especially during the heart of the 16th century. Also Rabbi Yosef Ibn Leb, another great rabbi, and Rabbi Moshe Almos Nino, who happened to, I think he himself passed away in the English year 1518 in Constantinople, and was another very distinguished rabbi in of itself over there. He was well traveled, I believe, also throughout his career. I think one time it's reported over, he went on a journey to Constantinople and he met a noted, let's just say, grammarian, let's say a scholar within regards to language, someone of the name of Menachem Lon Zano, who happened to be, I think, also another scholar in his day. He himself passed away in Jerusalem in the year 1608, and he was a rabbi, I believe, also. So I'll give him his full title, Rabbi Menachem Lonzano, who I believe he studied under Rabbi Di Medina for a specific amount of time, and he mentions him very much, I think, in various different of his own teachings in of itself. He had many great students, Rabbi Di Medina did, including Rabbanim of the prominence of Rabbi Abraham de Boton, who happened to be another great rabbi of Salonika of this specific golden age in of itself, and very much, I think he himself lived at some stage in time in Jerusalem in modern day Israel. Also, another one of his Talmidim was Rabbi Joseph ibn Ezra, who was another great rabbi of, let's just say, he himself had a great student called Rabbi Aaron Hazan and Rabbi Meir Melamed. So he really brought on from the generations afterwards greatness. And there was another great rabbi, Rabbi Chaim Shabbatai, who happened to be known as the acronym of the Maharhash. He was also a great rabbi of Greek Jewry, let's just say, in of itself, and happened to be a chief rabbi of Saloniki. So you can see the students of his Talmidim of Rabbi Di Medina were of the highest caliber, which is, I think, think he also had correspondence with various other different rabbis in the vicinity. So I think even Rabbi Yosef Kar, the author of the Code of Jewish Law, he had, let's just say, itself, correspondence with. I believe that his grandsons included Rabbi Samuel Hayon, another great rabbi. He himself happened to be the author of the Torah colossal work, the Bnei Shmuel, which was a great response. I think that was printed in the English year 1613. So let's explore some of the great books that the author wrote. Now, first of all, I think there was a collection of 956 responsa, which he divided up into 4 different sections. 2, I believe, were published during his lifetime, and I think it was under the title of Piskei Rashdam. And I think at one stage it was a complete edition of the last name work was undertaken by the author's son, Moshe, Rav Moshe, with an added preface, if I'm not mistaken. Now, there was other great books, including the Ben Shmuel, which I believe this was printed in the year 1622. And this was, I think, it printed in a Italian region of itself. It was based on 30 different sermons on various different subjects, and it was published with a preface by his grandson, Rav Shemaiah. Then there was a book, the Hiddushim. I'm not too sure if this specific book was published in of itself. It was a novel on various different Gemara tractates in of itself from the Talmud Bavli, which different sections it would actually expound within regards to that. Now, as we said before, he passed away on the 12th of October in the year 1589. That was naturally the 2nd of Cheshvan. He, I believe, also worked in a trade while he was a great rabbi in of itself and taught to many great students. He also worked in a trade. Now, it came from great rabbinic heritage. I think his father's name was Rabbi Moshe di Medina, and his mother's name was Jamila Yafa, Rabbanit Jamila Yafa di Medina. So that was the great heritage he left, and was a really, really great rabbi in of itself. We have to expound within regards to that. Now, among his sons, I believe, include Rabbi Shmaya, who we mentioned before, Rabbi Moshe, who I believe actually printed one of his father's books. His daughter, I think, happened to be the wife of Rabbi Yitzchak Chayon, who I think was a great rabbi. And another one of his daughters was wife of Rabbi Yosef Tzarfati, another great rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions. He himself passed away in the month of Cheshvan on Yud Aleph Cheshvan. Another one of his daughters got married to Rabbi Moshe Ezra, another great. And among his grandchildren, let's just say, I think the son of his daughter include Rabbi Shmuel Chayon, who we mentioned just before. He himself was a Posek Halacha, a Rosh Yeshiva, head of Jewish court, and was a rabbi of Salonika, and also Rabbi Ishmael di Medina was now one of the great rabbis. I think he became a great rabbi in Venice, in Italy, respectively. I think at the time period of Rabbi Ezra Azariah Pigot, if I'm not mistaken, and really, really great rabbis of the highest caliber, one of the great rabbis in the history of Greek Jewry, which is interesting enough. He lived in the golden age time period where there was a lot of great rabbis living in Greece, and we can maybe expound on that on a separate class, Be'ezrat Hashem. So please don't forget to light candles in his memory. 2nd of Cheshvan, as we've entered this month, is going to be the date of his Hilula. We are a community here. Please, everybody, click the like button on the videos, subscribe to the channel, and share the videos, like the videos, enjoy, and let's just learn more about the great Rabbanim of Yeser Yeh. Rabbi Shmuel ben Moshe di Medina. Zecher Tzadik Livracha.